Thank you, ladies, for attending my banquet. Since the king and his friends have been making merry these past 7 days, I see no reason why we cannot do the same.
How will we not attend your banquet when we were invited by Her Majesty, the Queen?
Yes, I'm sure you all feel much honored.
Indeed we do, Your Majesty. The food and tea has been superb, and the pleasure of just being in your presence, we are so grateful.
Which of the two banquets do you suppose is the most entertaining, the king's banquet or mine?
Oh, yours, Your Majesty.
Well, yes, I suppose you're right.
Do you suppose the king's taking time at his own banquet to honor you?
Honor me. By now, I imagine he's so filled with wine he hardly knows I exist.
Someone's coming.
Your Majesty,
Yes, Carthus, what can I do for you?
I represent the 7 eunuchs who serve in the presence of the king.
Well, of course you do. Is the king well?
The king is very well indeed, but I am not here to bring a report about the king's health, rather to summon Queen Vashti to the king's banquet.
Summon me. Whatever for? He's been making merry these past 7 days and suddenly he wishes to look upon me. There must be more to it than that.
Actually, yes, Your Majesty. The king desires that you wear your royal crown and come and display your beauty before all the king's princes and the people.
Well, the king has had too much to drink. I'm not going to be paraded around for him and his drunken friends, so you can tell the king that I refuse to come, and that is final.
Your Majesty, you cannot refuse the king's orders. I and 6 other of the king's eunuchs are ready to accompany you to the king's banquet at this once.
And I refuse, and that is final.
Your Majesty?
You seem very downcast today, Your Majesty.
It's been like this for weeks.
According to law, what was to be done with Queen Vashti because she did not obey her king's order was conveyed to the court officials.
Well, we could not let her set a bad example for the rest of the women in the kingdom. She adamantly disobeyed your command. You could have sentenced her to death. I think banishment was a merciful choice.
Do you still have the proposal that you read on that day that I declared the banishment?
Yes, Your Majesty. I have it right here. I thought you might want to hear it again.
Yes, go ahead and read it. Perhaps it will convince me that what I did was right.
It is not against the king alone that Queen Vashti has done wrong, but against all the princes and against all the peoples in all the provinces of King Ahasuerus. For what the queen did will become known by all the wives, and they will despise their husbands and say, King Ahasuerus said to bring in Queen Vashti before him, but she refused to come. This very day, the princesses of Persia and Media who know about what the queen did will talk to all the princes of the king, resulting in much contempt and indignation. If it seems good to the king, let a royal decree be issued from him, and let it be written among the laws of Persia and Media, which cannot be repealed, that Vashti may never again come in before King Ahasuerus. And let the king confer her royal position on a woman who is better than she is. And when the decree of the king is heard in all his vast realm, all the wives will give honor to their husbands, from the greatest to the least.
So momentous, Prince Memucan. Every time I hear you read that, I think of the fateful day Queen Vashti was banished from all the land, and the wives of the princesses were taught a lesson. Don't you think, Your Majesty, a momentous and important judgment?
I thought if I had him read his proclamation again, I would feel better. But still, I'm not a happy man.
Your Majesty?
He said he is not a happy man. I think I see the problem. Queen Vashti was banished, and we never found a replacement. And the king has become lonely.
I mean, she really did make me angry. She really was defiant. But I guess I just needed to remember what she had done and what was decreed against her.
Your Majesty, if I may be so bold, maybe now is a good time to let young beautiful virgins be sought before the king. Let a search be made and let the king appoint commissioners to all the land, and let the young beautiful virgins be put in Shushan, the citadel, and let Haggai, the king's eunuch, be put in charge of the beautiful virgins, and let them have beauty treatments, and the one that is most beautiful, let her be queen instead of Queen Vashti.
What a splendid idea. If only I would have thought of it. It was written in my proclamation, if you remember. We need to find one more worthy than Vashti. Your Majesty?
Yes, this suggestion pleases me. Let it be done.
Mordecai, I am so very frightened. I have no mother and no father, even a parent, a guardian to me since my parents slept in the dead. And now going to the palace for such a long time is going to be hard for me without you there.
I know, my child. It is an order of the king, and you must obey, but do not fear. Jehovah is with you, and you must trust him with all your heart.
I know. Jehovah helps everyone who puts their faith and trust in him wholeheartedly. And I know he'll help me through this. I'm trying. But what if the king is pleased with me and chooses me?
I believe that that is very likely. You are so beautiful, Hadassah. Esther. I shall not call you Hadassah anymore. From now on, you will only be Esther. No one must know of your Jewish heritage.
But why?
I believe it is for the best. The less people know about you, the better. You are on your own now, Esther. You are a grown woman. I have raised you to the best that I knew how, and I gladly took upon that task. Your father, my uncle, he was a good man, and I'm sure he will be very proud to see his beautiful daughter right here, right now.
Well, her beauty's not the only good feature in Westler.
I wasn't even referring to your physical beauty. You have inner beauty that shines forth from within you, and that is what will win the king's heart. Many women here have outer beauty, and it will be hard for any man to choose between them if that was the only thing he had to go on. It will be your inner beauty, and your virtue, and your strength, and your goodness that will attract the king.
I am not so sure I want to attract the king. But if you think it's best, then I'll bravely go on forward. Perhaps Jehovah does have a special plan for my life.
They will come for you soon to take you to the palace. I must go, but remember, nobody must know that we are kindred. I will come around the back of the palace to see you secretly from time to time.
Thank you, Mordecai, for all you have done for me.
May Jehovah bless you.
Young lady, are you the next candidate?
Yes,
What is your name, child?
Esther?
Well, Esther, you will do nicely. Yes, very fine indeed. Turn around. Let me see you bow. Oh, Esther, you're just about the loveliest creature I've seen. My name is Haggai, and I am in charge of all the women in the palace. Quickly, provide her with her cosmetics. And get her something to eat. Select 7 choice maids from the king's palace and place her with them in the best place in the harem. You will not see the king for 1 month. That is the way you must do to fill your beauty treatment. 6 months with oil of myrrh, a lot of that. And 6 months with balsam oil. A lot of that too. And various ointments for beauty treatment. Then you will have your turn to see the king. Don't worry. By then, you will know exactly how to present yourself.
but how do I know? Perhaps he's like that with everyone.
I think this is so exciting. Other women have been to see the king and they've not felt anything special taking place. You sense something, I can tell. Besides, he's always continued to see other women. If he really liked someone, would you think he would simply make a choice and stop looking?
We don't know that he has stopped looking.
Well, we were told to gather by Haggai. I think it's because the king has made his choice.
He may just want to talk to us about more beauty treatments, appointments, or something.
I agree with the others. I think he has made his choice.
Well, all this speculating will not change a thing. This is completely out of our hands.
Ladies,
His Majesty, King Ahasuerus. Long live the king.
As you know, I've been searching for a new queen. I've met many beautiful young virgins from all over the land, and I've been waiting for a very special woman who I would know to be the one that I shall make my queen. I have found her, and I shall now make my choice known. Come before me, young Esther. You have pleased me in many ways more than all the others. You have found favor and kindness with me. I shall now place the royal crown upon your head. Behold, you are now Queen Esther of Shushan. I now proclaim this day a day for celebrating, and we shall have a banquet, Esther's banquet, and all the princes and all the servants shall come and make merry. I search for a new queen as a long live Queen Esther.
You're not supposed to be here.
Excuse me, I'm looking for someone named Hannah.
That would be me. And who might you be?
My name is Abigail. I was sent here by Mordecai the Jew. He has an urgent message for Queen Esther, and he thought that I might be able to get into the palace easier than him.
Well, I am the queen's servant. What is his message? I will give it to her if I feel that she should hear it.
Well, it's a very serious message. He said it was one of utmost urgency, so maybe you should just go talk to him by the gate.
I cannot be detained much longer. The queen is expecting me.
Well, will you please take me with you to see the queen? If I just say Mordecai's name, then she'll know it's important and she'll go with me.
The queen is not going to come, and you are not going to see her. I had better escort you out of the courtyard.
Hannah, why have you been delayed? It is not like you.
Forgive me, Your Majesty. There was this girl wandering around the courtyard.
Hello, what's your name?
My name is Abigail, and I have an urgent message from Mordecai the Jew.
Silence, child!
Mordecai, you said it was urgent. Where is he? Take me to him.
Your Majesty, you mustn't.
Hannah, I must do this. Please watch the courtyard for me. Don't let anyone know where I am. You must not tell anyone I've seen Mordecai.
Yes, Your Majesty, as you wish.
Now, Abigail, where's Mordecai?
He's just over here by the gate. Mordecai, I have the queen!
Your Majesty.
You said you wanted to see me about something urgent?
Yes. Abigail, this is for you.
Oh, well, thank you, but you don't need to pay me. I got to meet Queen Esther. Nice to meet you, Your Majesty.
we are alone.
You never know when somebody might be watching. I'll be brief. I overheard two of the king's officials talking, and they were plotting the king's death.
His death?
I do not know why they want him dead, but they sounded very angry about something. Their names are Bigthan and Teresh. You need to let the king know immediately.
Well, the king will want to know where I heard it from.
Just tell him my name. He will not suspect that we are related. Besides, he might want to question me about something, and I'm sure everything will be okay. You just need to let him know as soon as possible.
Thank you. Perhaps the king will reward you.
Just seeing you is a word enough. Goodbye, Esther.
Goodbye, Mordecai.
the king's new man. His name is Haman, and the king has exalted him by putting his throne above all the other princes who were with him. He is second in command over the entire kingdom. Only the king has more power and authority. Anyways, if he were to walk by, as he does every day, then we are all to pay homage to him and bow down, clear to the ground.
I could not do that. Haman is only a man. I worship Jehovah God only.
You dare disobey the king's commands?
I am a Jew. We worship Jehovah, the God of heaven. I could not bow before some man just because he wants me to. I have respect for the king and for any man in authority, but Haman wishes to be treated as though he were a god.
But Haman will force you to do it. He is not a man who will take this lightly. I believe that this will make him very angry.
Whether or not it angers him, I cannot be concerned. I have heard of the king's new commandment, and I do wish to obey the king, but this is something that I simply cannot do.
If you feel this way, then perhaps other Jewish people in the land will do the same.
I cannot speak for any of those Jews, but I imagine they would do the same as I.
And there are many.
Very many.
Haman approaches.
Oh,
great one, oh great one.
You then, you do not bow. Who are you, and what is your name?
Mordecai.
Mordecai. Let's see. Ah, yes, Mordecai the Jew. I have heard much about you. But let me ask you this, Mordecai. Do you believe that because you are a Jew, that you do not have to bow before me? Well, I personally don't care whether you are a Jew. You must bow before me. It is the command of the king. He has granted me authority over all the people, and I have authority over you.
Look at these men. Look at the way they bow to you. They seem as though they are worshiping you. You have authority, I grant you that, but it does not merit my worship.
How dare